While for some directors, getting their movie through to Netflix is a big success, some directors find it assaulting to show their movies anywhere but cinema. But does it really make a difference? Hi everyone, it's Shina. I'm back again with another video, and today we are going to talk about a very hot topic. And I know that there's so many opinions out there about comparing these two, so leave all your opinions in the comment section. I'll read them all. But first, let's see why they are different and how they are different and what is the controversy really. Netflix versus cinema, what's the first thing you can think of? Well, first is first, the reason that many filmmakers find it assaulting to show their movies on Netflix is the platform itself. It's kind of the same with exhibiting a sculpture in a gallery versus on the street. When you make a movie with love and enormous amount of effort, which we all know that making film is one of the most expensive, most difficult industries and fields in art, then imagine someone in their pajamas will watch it on a low resolution 40-inch TV while eating their Uber Eats meal, checking phone, skipping through scenes. All that is nothing less than a nightmare for someone who just made a movie. Especially if this is your first movie, you poured your heart into it, you're so passionate about it, you want it to be the best movie that's out there. You don't want someone to watch it like that, believe me. Now, on the other hand, when we watch a movie in cinema, we interact and respect the film in whole another level. So how do we do that? We silence our phones, we travel to the cinema, sit through the whole movie without any distractions, the whole 2 hours that you're going to set aside for this specific movie. And you will have it on great resolution, on the best screens, best sound. That's why when we go to cinema, the movie inspiration and impact kind of doubles versus when you watch it at home. Now, having said that, doesn't mean that we can't diminish the fact that there are so many great filmmakers that feel having their movie on Netflix is a great way of showing off that their movie made it to Netflix. And they're right too, because you reach enormous amount of people in different locations, and you don't need to go through the complexity of when cinema theaters are available and how long you can keep your movie up there before they sink down among all the great movies that keep coming out. The marketing is also on Netflix. We know that Netflix does everything for you. You don't need to be the best marketer and know where to show your film even, because they have a huge history of market research on what people like and what people don't like. All these are the bright side and bright points of having your film on Netflix. More than movies, it's a luxury name for TV shows, docuseries, and reality shows to be on Netflix. And why is that? Because then you can reach out to all the TV broadcasts and TV productions and tell them, well, my show was on Netflix, people like my show. Now you have a good amount of choices and you can have a better career going on, because it will become easier to attract investors for your next project. And why do I say this? Because I deeply believe that in art fields and creative world, it's kind of the opposite of any other industries, that you have to start from the bottom and climb up the ladders as you go on. In art, you need to start from the top, and then the rest of the steps will become available to you. Let's say you made a great artwork and you start to showing it in small galleries. It's really hard to climb up that ladder. But once you made it through the MCA, the other small galleries would come and ask you to have you on their gallery. So it's kind of like that. You need to have that breakthrough moment. You need to get your name out there, and it's always from the top to bottom with the artwork. Anyway, we are completely out of the topic, so let's go back to the topic. Let's compare these two platforms in another way on how you can get your film through these platforms, like having your movie on cinema or having your movie on Netflix. Starting with cinema, there's a producer, then distributor, and then the theater owners. All these 3 steps are quite unfair for indie films or small productions, because the relationships are already established and best dates are always reserved for big names like Disney or Warner Brothers, while a small production cannot even get through to the good distributor, like the first step, unless at least they have some big celebrity names on their films, which is not that easy. With Netflix, the first rule is to not contact them directly. This is what they said on their website as well. do not contact us directly because they won't consider individual submissions. You need an aggregator to be in between and talk to them, and that means you need to pay this guy to pitch the movie for you to Netflix. This is good and bad at the same time. As someone who's creative, it's kind of hard to be know-it-all. Like, one needs to be a creative person who is also the writer, director, and marketer and salesperson, and sell your movie idea to these big companies. So the fact that I can think of, I can pay someone in the middle to pitch my idea to these big brands like Netflix, is kind of like a relief, and I think many of you can relate to that. You can leave the selling part to the aggregator, but that means you still need to pitch your idea to these aggregators in a good way, so that the aggregator would like to work with you. So yeah, we still need that skill. The last point is a bit kind of strong opinions from great filmmakers, thinking Netflix is killing the whole industry. By the way, what do you think? Directors like Steven Spielberg even said that Netflix movies should not enter the Oscars. A movie can go to Emmy, but not Oscar. Oscars should be reserved for the movies that go to cinemas, which, as I explained earlier, it's not that easy to get your movie through cinema. On the same note, the amazing movie like Okja, made by Bong Joon-ho, the Oscar-winning Bong Joon-ho, though he didn't win the Oscar when he made Okja. When Okja went to Cannes Festival and it was showing, at the beginning people saw the Netflix sign, the ba-bam, Netflix. Apparently crowd started to boo the film. And that's not all. Some of the critics say that it could win that year, but because it was a Netflix movie, they didn't give it any award. I don't know how legit is that, but that's quite dark when you think about it. Now, let's put all their facts aside about the greatness of the experience of watching a movie in theaters. If we see things like this, then we should also reject phenomenal murals by Banksy and say that it should be in the gallery and not considered as a great art because it was in the street. Ridiculous. So that's it for today. I tried to take a look at how Netflix and cinema are kind of fighting with each other, and we love both of them, but if you're a filmmaker, probably you need to think about your options from now on. I'm really curious about your opinion, so leave your comments down below. And as like the rest of the YouTubers, I also have to say that if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and click on that bell button as well, because it's really important. It will change your life. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you all next time. Have a colorful day. Bye.